Hello chefs! Today I'll be making Egyptian soft baguette. We call it فينو. Start by using 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast with 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of warm water. Then leave it to proof. In the mixer, I'll add the activated yeast with 4 cups of flour and 2 tablespoons of powdered milk. This is optional if you want to skip it. 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, then I'll mix. You may need to add a couple of tablespoons of water or flour depending on the type of flour you're using. But before you add anything, we will add 6 tablespoons of oil. Then assess the situation and add accordingly. Keep mixing until the dough leaves the sides of the mixer. It will be soft and elastic, but doesn't really stick to your hands. I'll then knead the dough quickly and shape it into a ball. Brush it with some oil and leave it covered to proof for an hour. The dough should be soft and bouncy. After 1 hour, I'll dump the dough onto my work surface and shape it into a big log. Then divide it and shape it into balls. If you want your baguette to be on the bigger size, cut the balls a little bigger. But these measurements can yield between 12 to 16 loaves. After you cut it, tuck it under itself and then shape it into a ball. Here I'm showing you how I'm doing it. I'm pushing it with my palm and assisting it with my thumb, rolling it over, and it comes out a perfect ball. Then leave the dough to rest for 15 minutes, and now we shape it. Press on it with your hands and shape it into a rough rectangle. Then roll it and push on the seam to close it. Tuck the sides inside as well, and then roll it into the shape and size of the baguette that you want. I'll show you again what I mean, and I hope that you can see it better. So here what I'm doing is I'm pressing on it and shaping it into a rough rectangle. Then I'll roll it and close the sides, tuck it in, and then roll it once more to the shape and size that I want. Keep in mind that when it proofs, it will double in size. Make sure you place the seam on the bottom. Leave the bread covered in a warm place for the second rise for about 30 minutes. Then brush the top with some oil and make sure there's enough space between each loaf. Then into a 440 degrees preheated oven for about 20 minutes. The time will depend on the size of the bread. When it comes out, the bread will be a little bit hard. Just leave it covered for 10 minutes, then enjoy the best smelling and tasting bread you have ever had. It is so soft and fluffy. I encourage you try it, and tag me on all social media to show me your recreations. If you enjoyed the video, please help me out by sharing it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. Bon appétit, or as we say in Egypt, صحة وعافية.